it was Semudum Zamil from Kolo High School Boxing Club and Shaban Kalim from Chiwuli Boxing Club.
Schools used to be the bedrock of boxing. The traditional schools acted as the feeder to the national team and later professional careers, stages that have since evaporated. Recently, the Ugandan Boxing Federation President Moses Muhangi stepped up the advocacy to return boxing to the old times.
You cannot say you want to ask for medals from the Boxing Federation at the Olympic Games, at the Commonwealth Games, and yet you deny us a chance to practice boxing in the grounds that would develop our grassroots campaigns. Any sport in the country can only triumph if allowed the chance to be in schools games. Now when you look at athletics, football, these are all games that are practiced in the schools, but boxing is not.
Emmanuel Mwesigwa, former boxer, director Kampala Boxing Club and promoter, experienced the harvest days of boxing in schools. He says the federation should take steps to revisit the idea.
By the time of Mr. Rogers doom, he was only interested in National Open. He dumped all these tournaments, the schools, the juniors, the novice, the intermediate. By the time of his time of office, all those clubs, they were thrown out of the calendar during his time. That is even when the clubs realized that boxing is not growing, boxing is just going down. And not until the clubs adopted or they decided to quit from his leadership, and they decided to form their own, on their own.
Mwase faults conflicts within the sport for the disconnect of the sport in schools.
Because of the wrangles which has been going on in boxing, they made the schools quit, at least stand aside. Yeah, but if there is stability and that they are sure that there is no wrangle, I think they can come back.
He says the federation and clubs must associate.
It's a strategic plan. If you hand it in an amicable way, as long as it depends how you approach and how are you going to move with the schools. Because already we had some schools which were as well cooperating with the boxing, which had adopted boxing, like a Kako, Kampala Citizen, Modern, Kolo High, Kampala High, etc. All we need is to sit with those schools and we make a strategic plan how we can do it again.
Boxing was scrapped off the school calendar in 2009 after then Commissioner of Physical Education Daniel Tamwesigirwe cited safety of the students. Notable past household names like Charles Lubulwa, Justin Juko, Franco Wanyana, Godfrey Nyakana, Fred Muteweta had early careers from secondary schools. Mainambalira, CTV, PM Edition.